Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
Who's that kid? Nick. He looks like Beaker from Muppets.
The one on FS1, Nick Wright. Yep.
Yeah. I got something.
That's
for
amazing.
him.
I did not even. I love that.
If I get 5 women and they're all in the same room with me, we're going at it at 110%.
What's going on, everybody? Tuesday night, niche night. Nice early start, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Here for the Lazy Booking Podcast on A2D Radio. As always, I'm Chrome, joined by my old buddy, old pal here, Mr. Eric Archer. Arch, what's up, buddy?
Sore as hell from all the shoveling and
brutal.
Yeah, it's been a little rough the last couple days.
Dude,
trying to dig ourselves out.
Oh,
not you, Andy, Chrome and myself.
Oh yeah, no, I'm great.
Yeah, no, I shoveled 2 times. That took me about an hour and a half to 2 hours each on Sunday. And then yesterday when I walked out, there was still a little bit, about that much, but it's solid ice. So like you can't move it. It is wild. But happy to be joined again too by our buddy down here. There we go. The one and only, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Andy Ritter. Ritz, what's up, buddy?
What is going on, gentlemen? Glad to be back on the air.
Happy to have you back. It's been a hell of a last couple of weeks for WWE, and now the road to WrestleMania officially kicks off, guys, this weekend. We're so excited. One of our favorite shows of the year to do, the Royal Rumble preview show, which is brought to you by our doctor, Dr. Paul Vidal at Specialized Physical Therapy. Physical locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Any aches, pains, anything new, anything long-lasting, contact him and his award-winning team, and they will make sure they put you on a program to get you back to your physical peak. Again, check out that site, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Guys, Road WrestleMania is here. It's ready to rock and roll. And we have a 4-match card that I find actually be pretty exciting. Now, I don't know about you guys. I love WrestleMania, right? It's the pinnacle. It's the Super Bowl. But there's something about the Rumble. It's the unpredictability. It's the surprises. It's the storylines that start. It's the people who make themselves stars in the match. But I find this to be as exciting as a Rumble or as a WrestleMania weekend. And they've done a really good job over the last couple of weeks of kind of shaking things up and getting us to it. So with that, let's open with our opening topic. Listen, guys, we're going to talk about the men's match, women's match. We're going to talk about Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre for the Undisputed WWE Championship. And obviously, we're going to close out the show talking about AJ Styles and Gunther with AJ's career on the line in a career-threatening match. But our opening topic brought to us by Specialized Physical Therapy. The WWE Men's Royal Rumble match will have a first-time winner. Agree or disagree, wherever you're at, Facebook, YouTube, or X, comment in, join the conversation, like, subscribe, follow, share us out. And we want to hear your opinions throughout the show. Please, we'll bring your comments up on the screen, and we'll talk about it. Well, let's let our guest kick this one off here. Andy, what are your thoughts on the topic here?
I think you almost have to. After having Cody Rhodes win it, 2 years in a row, the excitement surrounding Jey Uso winning it last year, it was something that was desperately needed. Not that there was anything wrong with Cody winning it, but having Uso winning it when we know no one really saw him in that run at that moment. We thought he would later down the line, but now here you're setting yourself up very much for and I've said it for months. I've said it for every time I've been on the show for a Braun Breaker win here, and this is a point where you can elevate. You said it wonderfully earlier. This is where people can make themselves. The road to WrestleMania, our favorite time of the year, the part of the year where it's truly honest to God, our playoffs, our Super Bowl, to keep things relevant when it comes to, the NFL.
100%.
This is a time of year where you have to make somebody. You have to put somebody in that spot to be able to stand on their own 2 feet and go, I can take this company to the next level. I can take this company into the next chapter, the next era, whatever that case may be. And there's no better place to do it than the Rumble. You take somebody like a Braun Breaker, for example, who, and I'm sure we'll break it down more in the men's Royal Rumble match preview, but you take somebody like him and you go the distance. Do something that hasn't been done in a while, go the distance and win. And I think you're setting Braun up to elevate himself. He's been kind of stagnant, kind of just there. His stuff these last few weeks with Adam Pearce and, Cody Rhodes and all, not Cody Rhodes. Crap. Who was it? I just blanked. CM Punk. Sorry. His stuff with Punk and all that. He's slowly being elevated. They're slowly building him back up to that height that he was when he was the top dog, no pun intended, on NXT. You do that with a first-time winner here. Don't go back to the well. Don't go to a Cody Rhodes. Don't go to a Roman Reigns. Don't go to a who else? Because Rey Mysterio is supposedly hurt, so he's out. I'm trying to think who else could be in this that hasn't won it yet. Right? Don't go back to the well on that, though. Give us somebody new. Give us something exciting. Give us a reason to go, what are you guys doing in these next 10 weeks?
Yeah, absolutely. Eric?
So I'm not going to disagree with you, Andy. However, I want to look back at the annals of the history of the Royal Rumble. So we've had 39 Royal Rumbles. This is the 39th edition.
So we've had
and looking at the history of this event, and I'm with both of you. I love this time of year. It's so awesome, so exciting. Just this event itself, it's just different and unique. The unknowingness of who's coming out next and what feuds are going to start. I think you hit it right on the head, Chrome, on that opening statement. But looking at the history of the Royal Rumble, out of the 39 winners of the men's Royal Rumble, there have only been 4 that won within their first year being with the company. There's only 4 of them. Now, you have one that just came up from NXT within a year, and that was Shinsuke Nakamura in 2018. So just with the history of the Royal Rumble, typically they don't go with people that just came either on the roster or just came into the company, unless they're giving them a mega, mega push. That being said as well, I think you don't need to win this Royal Rumble to make an impact. We've seen that in the past. We've seen it with Gunther a few years ago. He went the distance. He went from number 2 and made an impact, and it was talked about on TV for several weeks. They pushed the fact that he spent 60 minutes in there, and they pushed it. He didn't win the Royal Rumble, but he made an impact. We've seen it over the years with other competitors where you don't necessarily need to win the Royal Rumble to make an impact. That being said, while I agree that they need a fresh face and would catapult them right to the main event, I think it'd be awesome. I don't think WWE is going in that direction. And I'm not going to say who I think is going to win, but I think we're going to get a repeat winner here this year.
Yeah, great points by you guys. I'm on the fence here. Because there's a name that I see getting a lot of conversation, but not necessarily for being a winner, but a lot of anticipation. And that's Obafemi, who was ultimately protected when he had the Saturday night's main event. They teased the opportunity with Drew McIntyre down the road. And then the way he exited NXT to get a huge win against Leon Slater, who 2 total opposite performers, but their styles just worked so well. It was such a great way for him to go out on the NXT program. Spoiler alert, I'm really feeling Obafemi in this match. And I think, to me, Braun Breaker is too predictable. And the one thing they've done in the last 2 to 3 weeks has been the unpredictability factor.
Mm-hmm.
That there's been something that's been going on. And, you know, you could talk about who may show up, which we're going to talk about who may show up. But when I look at WWE and what seems to, and what do we talk to Vince Russo about, right? It's the pop. And I have to give him credit. A lot of what I see in hindsight, and then I've gone back, I've watched a lot of Rumbles and different things over the last couple of weeks. I don't think he's totally wrong on that. The long-term storytelling is not, and honestly, in Unreal, you kind of see that depicted a little bit as well. But I'm looking at a moment for a guy to come in and really, truly shock people, because I think they could build him similar to a Keith Lee in 2021, who could shock people and win it. He's formidable to do it, but nobody actually thinks he's going to do it. Man, they could really turn some heads and call back to the night that Cena retired and really turn this whole thing into something. I'm gonna agree to the poll. I think we might get an Oma Femi win here.
So I want to go back to something that Arch said, where he said, you know, the 4 people have only won it in their first year, right? And you're not going to do that unless they're going to set you up for a major push or something like that. And maybe I just don't understand. But clarify for me, winning the Royal Rumble is a major push, right? So if you're looking at an Oba, and things are so different now, like you wanted to talk about the history of the Royal Rumble, you can't compare this year's Royal Rumble to, what did you guys watch a couple days ago? Was it 92?
92, yeah.
Yeah, you can't compare the way that we shape this Royal Rumble and the way we build this Royal Rumble to something from 92 or even 2002 or 2012, right? Every year it's going to be very different, and the rosters are so different and so deep and so full of amazing talent, to where here we are sitting here looking at a Braun Breaker, an Oba Femi, you know, a Jacob Fatu, a Solo Sikoa. You know, I'm looking at people that are actually confirmed to be in the match, right?
Sure.
Siobhan Evans. I mean, these are all people to where you can sit here and go, and Javon Oba, I think, is Jacob a year or is Jacob 2 years?
I don't remember if he was healthy last year or not. Was he? Did he
wasn't.
participate in last year's Rumble?
I don't remember.
I don't think he was. So let's assume it's his first Royal Rumble. For argument's sake, we'll fact check that in a minute, right? But you look at these guys, these are all guys where it's very, very easy to say, hey, they can go win that Rumble. I don't think their first year matters anymore. That rookie year, with NXT being what it is now, rookie main roster year just doesn't matter like it used to. You look back to the Shinsuke year, because I believe that was something that you were the one that brought that up, Arch. You look back to the Shinsuke year, very different. Those NXT rookie years were so different on the main roster. Now, a lot of the times, if it's done right, and again, it has to be done right, it's a seamless transition. And the way they've protected Oba from dropping the belt, literally dropping the belt in the center of the ring, to, you know, and I'm going backwards here, to the Saturday night's main event spots, to the build with, you know, Ricky Saints and Javon Evans and Leon Slater and all of that, they set up to where people are sitting now saying he's going into the Rumble. There are some people like my buddy Jax, I call the phone right now, says Oba Femi winning the Royal Rumble. I got a 90% chance he tells me yes, because it's the ruler. It's that dominant character that we have built, not we, but WWE has built and created. You know, you look at somebody like a Jacob Fatu, who, coming off his, you know, fight with Cody Rhodes on Saturday night's main event, he's going to go out there and it's going to be gang warfare for him. And all these people, this rookie season just doesn't matter anymore.
I don't. Can I?
Yeah,
can I rebut to that?
You go ahead, and then I'll jump in. Go ahead.
All right. Don't like I said earlier. I don't disagree with the fact that you need that somebody in their first year would be an impact, and I'd be all for it, and I would love to see it. I was just pointing out the fact that you do not need to win the Royal Rumble match to make an impact in this match.
That's fair.
if Obafemi came in at number 2 or early, which I think is going to happen, I think Oba makes a huge run. We've seen it, and I think history is very important because we've seen people not winning the Royal Rumble making a huge impact and throwing out multiple competitors. And what are they talking about the next night on Raw or SmackDown? Oh, Obafemi had an amazing performance. He threw out 10 competitors. And that's where he doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble to make an instant impact. You've already solidified him as a bona fide star, the way that you've protected him and the way that he is presented at the Royal Rumble. Not saying he can't win the Royal Rumble, but if he doesn't, I'm still banking on the fact that he's going to make a huge impact. The same with the other young guys, Braun Breaker and Javon Evans. They need to look well. That's what WWE's job. That's the goal, is to make these guys look good. Not everybody can win. You only got one winner, right? So you need to know who your main event is at WrestleMania. But I think for this Royal Rumble, the way things are being set up, I think it's not their time yet. And that's all I'm saying. All
right, let me jump in here real quick. First of all, shout out to Brian Daly of Flyers Talk A2D. You'll see that later tonight. Yeah, he likes the Flyers too, though.
I know, but it's fun to give him a hard time.
Shout out to Lazy Booking Podcast TV, giving a little love. Listen, so in terms of what you said, Andy, I'm going to agree with half of you and disagree with half of what you said.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the formula, that's just absolutely false. In terms of the way they book the match is literally the same way it's been done since the very first one. It's other than the title being on the line or a title shot being on the line, in that it has been a catapult to initiate the WrestleMania build. If you go back and watch, they build stories through the Rumble. They do build young talent. They made I watched in 92 with Shawn Michaels' first Royal Rumble as a single star. I watched 91 with the Rockers. They started the build up through that and then emphasized it again on the next one. So they do push and emphasize the rise of the young stars and what their talent is. To your point, where I think the formula has changed in that you're right, that particularly a lot of times when you're a top talent. Look at what Joe Hendry's done. Joe Hendry has already been in a main event WrestleMania match, not main event, but a highly profile WrestleMania match with Randy Orton. Right, he's been a TNA champion, featured all over the place, and then they bring him in, and they basically they started to catapult him to the top. They got him doing whatever he's doing with. I keep wanting to say Retribution, but that's the group that Ali led. Whatever that group's name is,
Dark Slater, whatever.
Darks, yeah. Okay.
Dark Slater, Dark State.
Dark State. So I look, and you're right. I do think, particularly now where they start to slowly integrate them onto the main program, like they saw with Javon Evans periodically dropping in. You saw Axiom periodically dropped in before they left NXT. I do think that it benefits them when they come in, that there's already a little bit of a notch, right? But the formula has not changed. The one thing obviously it's changed is they have such a deep roster and a developmental now that you don't need to see like the Honky Tonk Man returns or the Double J Jeff Jarrett returns like we got in 2020 or 21, one of those two, or 19, sorry. I can't remember. I watched so many Rumbles today. But I think that's where the formula changed a lot. Now, what we're talking about, you're right, Eric. You don't need it. The moment with Keith Lee, I know it never amounted to anything in hindsight. But when you looked at that moment and how it started, and then obviously you go back to Survivor Series too, when he was with the NXT team against the WWE team. He was a very, very highly featured and spoken about star.
There's a talent I miss.
I was watching Royal Rumble 2020 today, the last one before COVID, and man, that moment with him and Brock in the ring. I was there for that one. Yeah. No, that was you're right.
Yeah, that was Houston.
I wish they could bring him back. Maybe they will one day. Who knows? Maybe he's a surprise entrant. I didn't believe he's a free agent.
I'd lose it.
I do think though that when I'm looking at how things are, and the reason why I think there's an elevated opportunity for a first-time winner is everybody is so tied up into individual storylines. I could have believed that Cody could win, or even Jacob could win, if they even had a match, period, the other day. The fact that the match was essentially completely tossed out.
It was a fight.
We called it.
Yeah, we did call that. This story is not over. And that to me is what's going to leak in. We've seen Cody as of late be a guy who can't let himself get out of his own way when it comes to personal matters. So I kind of feel like this could be something that plays into here. A lot of them, even with Braun Breaker, I'd love to see it. But there's a part of me, that says you're going to have the internal conflict with the Vision right now. And I'm not ruling out that even if he's not healthy, Seth couldn't come out and find a way to cost him this match to build to when he returns. I just think there's so many hands in the cookie jar that it honestly really would make sense to me to immediately shoot him, Obafemi, up to. And again, I say this again, and then
I thought we were talking about shooting Braun Breaker. I was like, no, wait a minute, what?
Wow. Vicious.
Old Yellering the man.
I was just saying, give him the old Yeller treatment.
What the hell happened?
Oh my!
That got dark quick.
Well, in your head, it got dark. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Going I lost my train of thought now.
No, but I hear what you're saying.
Oh, real quick. Then you can jump in. With Oba, and I talked about this a few weeks ago. I believe when he relinquished the title, it is so clear from how they built him up on Saturday night's main event, and to get to this point through his last year of NXT. If Brock's really walking away, they got to pump him right into that spot sooner than later. And it would not shock me if this is the moment that we get to that.
And I hear what you're saying as far as all of it, but let's look at the question as it sits. And I know, Arch, please don't think I'm coming at you. I know you didn't disagree, right? But the way the question sits, the WWE Men's Royal Rumble will have a first-time winner. That means anybody that hasn't won it before.
Correct.
Right? Case in point. Doesn't matter about impact. Doesn't matter about it. Because some of that, like with Keith Lee, the shelf life on it isn't long-lasting. That's the only downside to it. Do you know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is, and to Chrome's point, with all the hands that are in the cookie jar, with all the different stories that are going on, you're going to have to throw a monkey wrench in something and elevate that to the main event picture at WrestleMania. Elevate that person, make a storyline, get a little muddied along the way. The only way you don't do that is somebody like an Obafemi or one of the 15 other spots that haven't been announced yet, right? And that's why I don't know if Oba would win, because Oba is at least from our perspective, at our level of thinking when it comes to wrestling, that becomes a very clear-cut winner for me, right? It's almost like Braun Breaker makes more sense because it's not clear-cut, because there are more things. Jacob Fatu makes more sense because it's not as clear. It's not as, hey, he's not doing anything, let's do this, right? The Obafemi thing, because we talk about unpredictability, we talk about the Royal Rumble really making everybody go, what? Like, you think back to last year's Royal Rumble when it was all said and done, and I don't think we did live reactions, but we did, in this very ring, did a breakdown of it after the fact. And we talked about how, as the weeks would go on, they weren't the main event. Why does that matter? Should it be changed? Should it be restructured? I think here, with you doing an Obafemi, a Braun Breaker, a Jacob Fatu, a first-time winner, it automatically goes to that end of the night spot. You automatically go there with it. And to tie it all up, because I feel like I'm ranting a little bit, right? To tie it all up in a bow, and so we can move on, I think we're all saying the same thing. We're just looking at it from different perspectives. Arch, you are very much a historian. So you're going to go back to the well, per se, and you're going to look at the history of everything and break it all down. Chrome is going to look at it kind of like a big picture, long-term kind of aspect. Whereas for me, I'm looking at it of, okay, what's not as clear focused? What is something to where from now until April 18th or 19th, depending on which night they main event, can something last to get me there? Right. And we're not feeling like we're just not keeping them on TV and we're skipping weeks. Right. Because like I said, like we've all said, this is playoffs. This is go time. You have 10 weeks. I think it's 10. I didn't have to count it. But you have 10 weeks to make this exciting and make this make sense. I think that's the end all be all of it. Is you kick off things on Saturday. In order for wrestling fans to be excited, you have to kick it off in an unpredictable way.
11 weeks. Close.
Damn.
Good math, though.
It's
Closer than I
around
would have
that
been.
10, 11.
Yeah.
I would have been
Because
like
always-
16 weeks. Yeah.
No, 'cause they always start at the like that countdown will start Monday, on Raw, and it's always in that 70-ish range.
Yeah.
I think too, and again, all for it. Would love to see it. I think it's a perfect catalyst to build somebody and put them right into the main event. I agree. I just don't trust WWE right now, especially what we've been seeing with Unreal and a lot of the booking.
Haven't watched any of it, by the way. So
Well,
don't say
yeah,
no spoilers.
and I'm not spoiling anything you don't really know already, kind of.
Okay.
But I think maybe last year may have concerned them where they gave a first-time winner an opportunity and it didn't work. So maybe they go back to the well with somebody. And I don't think, I'm going to say right now, I don't think it's Cody. I have a winner in mind, but it's not Cody to me because I think he wins Elimination Chamber. But I don't want to go too far into that. But I think they want to put somebody in there that's absolutely a main eventer already to solidify that spot.
Well, I mean, listen, in fairness, we really could dive right into that because at this point now we are going to start giving our predictions on this match as well as, and Andy, we do this every year, whether it's your show or my show.
Uh-huh.
I would like to have a couple of surprises. So if you guys want to give me one or two from NXT, one or two from TNA, and maybe one or two outside surprises. So we'll do that last. Let's get your winners. I want to hear who you think should win and who you actually believe will win. I'm going to start with you this time, Eric. Go ahead.
So the poll I disagreed with, right? Yeah, I disagreed with. But I think who should win should be Jacob Fatu. And the reason for that is you've brought him back and you've made him a star. And he's somebody who's established, he's over. I think it would just be a perfect way to shake things up, like you said. Like I don't think they're going to do that, but that's what I would love to see. I'd love to see Jacob Fatu win the Royal Rumble and go to WrestleMania. That's the best way to shake things up. He's a star already. I'd love it.
With him, I would love to see him win. I'm a huge fan of Jacob Fatu. My only thing is he's been hurt so much lately that I would almost rather save him for a SummerSlam spot. Let's finish out this Cody program. Let him get a little more dominance and traction under his belt. Prove that he could stay healthy. Yeah. And then, because he got hurt, came back, and then got hurt again. I almost would worry to try to get 3 months to WrestleMania till he kind of shows me he's back. I love him as a performer. I think he's ready. I just don't know. I almost would rather see. Let's get the wheels under us for sure, and then maybe that's the SummerSlam main event.
But if you come out of Rumble, he wins it, and he comes out unscathed, you can protect him and get him there in a way where he's probably not going to have to compete in too many matches. You can have where you did on Saturday night's main event, where you can have him in brawls or things like that. But I think they're going a triple threat at WrestleMania with Cody.
I was agreed that.
Yeah, I think that's where it's going. Jacob Fatu winning would make sense, but I don't think they're going that direction. But somehow I think they're going that way for WrestleMania. It'll go one way or the other. My prediction is Roman Reigns, and I'll tell you why. I think
I don't hate it.
It's about time he's back in the main event. Although I do not like the fact that they've put promos on screen and video packages for him. It just feels kind of lazy. However, I don't know what Roman's schedule is. I don't know what his health looks like. Maybe
he's
it's a matter of
extremely part-time.
Yeah. That's the only thing that I didn't like about the build-up for that. Like, you could have had him, and maybe not, but I think Roman's winning this because he still has a little bit of meat on the bone with the Vision, and I think it's going to come down to Braun and Roman at the end.
Okay, I mean, I don't hate it. I love me some Roman, and I agree. When Roman's in the main event picture, I think it's a great time for everybody. Put your ones in the air. What do you got for me, Andy?
So if I have to pick who I want to win, I think just out of pure spite, because I like to be right, I'm gonna say Braun Breaker, because I gotta stay consistent. I've been touting this since well before Survivor Series that I think Braun Breaker should start at number one, not this number two bullshit. Start at number one and go the distance, win it out. As far as who I think would win, I don't hate the idea of Obafemi winning. I really don't. I don't hate the Roman Reigns idea either, but sorry, to your point, the video packages does feel kind of and so are you going to really utilize him well over the next 11 weeks? But I'm going to stick with Oba. I think this is good here. Your wild card, though, I think is Gunther. I think Gunther is your wild card.
To your point, especially
it's just a
matter what happens in that match.
It's really going to come down to match placement, because I think the men are going to close out this year.
Listen, I think, to your point, Gunther is my pick who will win. I do not think AJ Styles is getting retired after this match. I think this is like the old lose it Money in the Bank and cash it in later that night type of deal. I believe that. Go ahead.
No, by the way, real quick before I forget, it's actually might be the year for the men to start, because the women started last year. And if you notice, it's been kind of flip-flopping.
Yeah.
So,
go
ahead.
Well, okay. So, and if that's the case, so be it. Gunther was announced for the match as far as I'm aware.
He is.
Mm-hmm. So I'm rocking and rolling with Gunther. I think it makes sense. And maybe it is the ultimate night. He wins the Rumble and retires AJ Styles in the same night. I mean, nuclear heat on this man.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, who do I want? Obafemi, for every reason that I provided for the first 25 minutes of the show. But I do believe that this is going to be Gunther's opportunity. He's getting the push of all pushes right now. I think, the story that he's tied into involves a man who's not even here anymore, that he's still carrying a storyline with in John Cena, and a man that he might be putting the final nail in the coffin of a WWE career in. So he has a clean slate coming out of Rumble as well to get to that build and just to continue to generate monstrous heat. So, yeah, I'm going to roll with that. I don't know that Punk has maybe I guess he does. I don't know if I want to see him versus Punk, though, at WrestleMania. So I don't know if Punk dropped the title beforehand in some way, shape, or form.
I think that you leave it open because it's for a world championship match, right? And I do. All right, don't crucify me. He could very much go after the Universal title or the WWE title, right? Not saying that he's going to fight Drew, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right.
Because to Arch's point, if they do this triple threat, how do we get to that? Given that Elimination Chamber is next month, how does that? Let's assume that somebody from Raw does win the Rumble. How do you set up that triple threat? Given that SmackDown's going to get the Elimination Chamber, so there's a very good chance that we could look at a totally different champion by WrestleMania. Not that I would want it, but it could possibly happen. Because you also have Sami Zayn going up against Drew McIntyre. So there are some variables there. Gunther winning would be perfect for what they're trying to do with him now. And Gunther, but here's the other kicker. If Gunther wins, Gunther has to beat AJ if that match comes after. He has to.
If the AJ match comes after, then I agree.
Correct.
But then I believe that the AJ match would have to main event.
That's my point.
And I don't think that AJ Styles versus Gunther in a career-threatening match is made. I could be wrong on that.
If AJ's going out, and maybe this is just because I've followed AJ's career from the days of watching NWA TNA on FS1 at 2:00 in the morning.
Sure. Same.
Right?
Yep.
In the Asylum or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
I would want that to be the main event of the Royal Rumble.
I would want it. I just don't know that it's like the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the Royal Rumble, right? Like Kurt Angle didn't main event WrestleMania. I know it was Baron Corbin, but Kurt Angle was worthy enough to close out a WrestleMania or open it at least, which is almost as coveted of a spot as a closing
nowadays. Yeah.
And he didn't get that. I don't see it.
There's biasness there in my statement.
For sure. Listen,
all.
and I think we all would agree. I love AJ. If this is it, I would love to see a main event. But to me, the Royal Rumble is the Royal Rumble. And unless they close it with a title match, it is typically Rumble at the beginning, Rumble at the end, and that's how they bookend everything.
Correct.
What I think, too, all three of our predictions make sense. And I think whether you liked how we got here, the Royal Rumble is set up to where you really don't know who's winning this year. And I think that's really great. And that's great for everybody.
You have half the spots confirmed. We talk about this every year as we get closer and closer in week of and these preview shows that we've done. We always look at the number of entrants that have been confirmed. And with 15 out of 30 announced, this might be one of the lowest in the last few years that have been announced ahead of the match. Right? Obviously, I don't have those stats with me, but there leaves room for a lot of surprises. I mean, hell, and I'm literally going to stir the pot on this one, and I'm not going to go too deep into it. What if AJ wins it?
I'd be shocked if AJ's in this match.
But you see my
you're
point?
right.
There's so many open spots.
Sure.
It's a great way to segue into who we think is going to surprise us.
Yeah. Listen, what if Brock wins it?
Exactly. Right?
That could be too.
Why couldn't Brock win it? You know what I mean? Especially
with the Drew thing?
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here and a lot of meat on the bone of all of this. So with that, we're talking about open spots, right? 15 open spots. Just give me like I said, give me like 2 NXT, 2 TNA, and 1 or 2 outsiders if you want. We're gonna take Jericho off the table because I think we all believe that Jericho is likely to appear here, and if not, whatever. So let's hear something different because I would be at this point shocked. Like Jericho to me wouldn't be a surprise. I'd be shocked if he wasn't there.
Yeah.
So lead this one.
If I'm picking from NXT, I think you have to put in Ricky Saints, and I think you put in Tony D'Angelo. I've become a very big Tony D'Angelo fan.
Tony D.
Yeah, I love what they're doing with him.
I hate the fact that he's still in NXT, but I'm loving the twist on his.
I think he needed this to get to the main.
Well, don't get me wrong. I love the stuff they were doing with the D'Angelo family right before they split everybody up. I love all of that,
particularly back when they had what was the other group they were going against?
God, what was it?
I know what you're talking. I know who you're
It
talking
wasn't
about.
Legato Del Phantasm.
Legato. Yep.
Yeah,
Was it
Yep.
Legato? Yeah.
The feud with Legato was tremendous.
I didn't know if that was the last one. But anyway, so I think you do Saints and I think you do D'Angelo. That
What's
is
up,
just
Peter?
What's up, Pete?
1A, 1B over there right now. If I go to TNA, you got to do Santana, right?
Mhm.
You can't not have Santana there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's such a toss-up because you could pull like a Leon Slater who's been doing a lot of work with WWE right now and I think deserves the spot.
Oh yeah, only a matter of time for him at this point.
100%. But then you also look at like Frankie Kazarian and Moose. Right? Those would be my guys. If I looked at outside, problem is I don't know who's a free agent these days. So I don't know who's even on the table for a potential outside other than Jericho for a potential outside. I mean, I don't know. Right? Like you're not going to bring in.
If you don't know, it's okay. Maybe somebody will come to mind.
I just don't. I'm not in tune enough with the free agency these days.
Mm-hmm.
Screw it. I mean, for my own amusement, I'll say Keith Lee. Screw it.
So that literally, as you're saying, I don't even know. I'm in my head. I'm like I thought of Keith Lee today. Honestly, watching that,
but I don't know if he's healthy. That's my problem.
Yeah.
That I don't know, but I could see him if he's healthy enough. He's a guy I could see.
I would love it, and you got to bring back the "Bask in His Glory" song. You got to do that one.
I don't think they own the rights to that. It's the problem.
Get the rights.
Figure it out.
So for me, you stole my Moose one. I think Nick. No, it's all right. Great minds think alike. Nick Nemeth, and for TNA, Nick Nemeth, maybe. Kazarian. He said Kazarian. Yeah, one of those guys probably. Free agent. I think it's a guy that's been rumored to have just signed Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah,
I think we probably see him.
Yep.
I think that's definitely a possibility. But I think to your point, Andy, you got plenty of options with plenty of opportunities. And I love when they bring out Honky Tonk Man. And there's I don't know about you guys, but I love like the one guy, like the just laugher, like bring back like Pat McAfee. I'm sure Pat McAfee may be an entrant. He seems to always be out there.
That's a good one.
Wouldn't shock me if he's in it.
With it being Saudi, you're not. I don't think you're going to see a lot of those, like Honky Tonk Man and all them. I just don't think
probably
they make
not
the trip. My only issue with Powerhouse Hobbs is if you're gonna put the rocket ship on Obafemi this time around, don't bring out Hobbs. Cause don't do it. It's one's gonna steal from the other, and you gotta let one of them shine this year.
It's a good point.
Always working the auto show. What a noob.
Yeah, it sucks, Pete. Sorry, buddy. All right. So NXT wise, I'm kind of along with Andy and Tony D. I think it's a good spot for him. I'm not like crazy about the idea of Ricky Saints showing up there. I don't know why. I haven't loved the run. I'm actually a little bit disappointed to this point. So I don't
very meh.
I just don't know if we're there yet. So
I think he gets the pop. I don't think he does anything relevant.
Yeah, I'm a little
like your cheat answer is Joe Hendry.
Yeah, it's probably mine. Joe Hendry. I mean, I think Joe's an obvious one, but that's somebody I would definitely think. When we're talking TNA. Yeah, Frankie Kazarian is one. I think particularly if this is AJ's last night, having Frankie in the building with him would be, I think, a nice little personal thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely could see Frankie. And he was just the world champion. Santana's a good one.
Daniels doesn't wrestle anymore, does he?
No,
I didn't think so.
No, but he's a producer for AEW.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Never
he's pretty
mind.
much he's
There goes
pretty
that
much off
idea.
the table too. I think Moose is a good one. Just to throw a dark horse in there, a guy who's been around for a really long time but never really gotten the WWE look. Throw an Eddie Edwards in there.
Dude, I
Maybe
forgot
an
about Eddie
opportunity.
Edwards.
Oh, he's still tremendous in the ring.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I forget about him.
So just to be a little bit different, let me throw Eddie's name into the hat. I'm going to throw a name out there.
Uh-oh.
And I'm sure people are going to say to me, you're freaking crazy. But Karrion Kross is still a free agent. It would not floor me if he ended up coming back yet again off of the momentum he's had on the indies right now. He hasn't really talked a lot of shit on WWE. So like I would imagine the door could be open, and that would be one I don't think anybody would suspect. So Hobbs was the name I was going to throw in there. So in the interest of being there, Keith Lee was the other one. I'm going to throw in Karrion Kross's name into the hat because I think it could be a possibility.
It's a good name. It's a great name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's going to be exciting men's match. You're right. A lot of opportunities to switch it up here. Let's move to the women's match where, again, just kind of peering at the names here of the women that are out there. I feel like the pool is real small and who I legitimately believe could win this match.
Yeah.
So
yep.
I'm going to kick this one off.
All right.
I think who will win this match is Liv Morgan. I think who should win this match is Liv Morgan. I think Liv is...
Why was the delivery on that so funny?
I think Liv is set up to have a really monster year this year. I think the ultimate kind of long game of the Judgment Day's breakdown is going to inevitably come. I think Liv is going to have a huge year this year. The year that maybe she was destined to have before she got hurt last year. So I'm going with Liv Morgan, who should and will win this match.
Shut up.
What do you got?
I can't take you seriously when you do shit like that.
So who I think is going to win depends on if they're going to be available. And this is somebody we haven't seen since WrestleMania. I think if Bianca Belair, if she's in the Royal Rumble, I think it's her and Liv in the final two, and I think Bianca winds up winning it. But who I think should win is Liv Morgan, because
Liv Morgan.
No, but I think the seeds were planted last night a little bit, right? Like Raquel's going after the women's title. She's got the match on Monday in Philly. So I think it sets that up, but I also know that they have a match that they probably want to get in the ring with Bianca, and that's with Jade, where that story can continue. So I think, if Bianca's not in it, I think Liv wins it. If Bianca is in it, then it's Bianca.
Andy,
all right.
I like the Bianca name, by the way.
I do too, and I like the Liv name too. Right? I think you guys, hit the nail on the head with Raquel potentially beating Stephanie, and then Liv having this title, and them kind of going into this thing. And where does Roxanne's loyalty lie and where does the Judgment Day lie? And you can use that to kind of build that wedge between them. But I like to be different around here, so screw it. Who I think should win, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Jordynne Grace.
Don't hate that name either.
Nope.
And everything they've been kind of pitching over there on SmackDown, and especially the stuff with her and Jade, if Bianca isn't available, there's your plan B. Not that Jordynne Grace would ever be a plan B, but I think that's a great spot. Who I think they would go with, again, I'm going to be different here. I would not put it past anybody if they put it on Lash Legend. we talked about a lot with the men, first time winners, rookie season, everything like that. We've showcased Lash a lot, over these last few months. This could be something, or even a Julia, right? But I'm daring because I like both of your answers, you bastards. So I'm daring to be different here.
I'm going to take a 1A on this too when you're done. Go ahead.
Yeah, but the Lash Legend it's not a bad call if you went that route.
Agreed. I don't think that's a bad name. I'm going to put a 1A on who should win this match.
Sure.
Show me something, WWE. Have Chelsea Green win this match.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing, but I'm like, I'm going to get crucified for saying that out loud.
No, if you watch our last...
Andy, watch Unreal.
Yeah.
You got to watch Unreal.
If you watch Unreal, and if you watch anything that we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, we're going to dive deeper into that too. Maybe we talked about finishing. We previewed a little bit of it last week.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to finish the season and kind of have another discussion, maybe even do a special show just to kind of talk about the season.
Mm-hmm.
Be a part of that, whether we do it here or we do a separate show, however we do it, be a part of that. Because when you watch that part,
keep in mind, I'm a big Chelsea fan.
Same. Always have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Probably over the last 2 years, huge Chelsea fan.
Even when she was like goofy Laurel Van Ness in Impact.
Swear to God, I never put 2 and 2 together till about 2-3 years ago.
Listen, man, I thought back when she was on Tough Enough years and years ago with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, I thought her and Sonya, I thought were the two best ones on the show. I actually thought she should have won that show that season. She was an amazing talent then. She's proven to be. She's fantastic with her fans. She knows how to get over, despite what Michael Hayes thinks. And Andy, you'll know what I'm talking about when you watch it. Surprise us, WWE. I always say, and I say this, both of you, because I've been on shows with both of you. I don't think they need to listen to every little thing the fans demand. I do think sometimes fans need to have more patience with the development. But at this point with Chelsea Green, how far are we into this? If you can't see that she's over already, you're out of your goddamn mind. Put Chelsea Green over in this. That's my 1A. I don't think it's going to be her. But I think it should be her or Liv.
Can I say who shouldn't win? As a matter of fact, who shouldn't
Charlotte?
be in this match? Besides her. For the love of God, do not have Tiffany Stratton come back and win this Royal Rumble.
Oh, my God. I know. It's going to happen.
As a matter of fact,
kind of tells me it's going to happen.
As a matter of fact, don't have her in the Royal Rumble at all. Repackage her, wait till after WrestleMania, and bring her back as the full heel that she should be. Like, do it for her, right? It's not a knock on her, like, personally, but I think that character just ran its course.
Oh, what?
And
Has Tiffy time run out?
Tiffy Time's watch is broken.
Well, so I don't think the character ran its course. I just think it needs to go back to what it was.
It needs to be a heel character.
NXT. It needs to be a heel character, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they need to wait till after WrestleMania. I think it's way too long to keep her off of TV. She's too young to waste 8 months of her career. That's just my personal thoughts on that. If she was an older performer, I might agree with you. Like Natty going, by the way, if we're getting the Natty from the independents we've seen over the last year, dude, I'm all in. I'm 100%. All in. Love it.
Have you guys seen the gravestone picture that she posted? Yeah, you better go take a look at that. I got some questions.
I have to take a look
on X.
I think so.
Wait. I have to look it up.
I gotta look at
I'm all in on Natty right now though, because I've seen that character on, obviously watching stuff, and then I saw it in NWA. Just a badass come out and fight. That's what Natty needed to do. We needed the cat lady to go away. Oh, yeah.
That's what, I got. And I got a few questions.
I mean, sure.
Just pissing on graves.
Oh my God!
I mean, it makes sense. I guess.
For some reason, I can't even find her ex, so I don't know.
Because it's under low key legend.
Oh, okay.
It's at Nat by nature.
But going back to Tiffany, I don't think she's going to be off, but I think there was damage
What
done
the
to
hell?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know what? I'm all for it though. I love it.
For Natty.
It says on there she's basically pissing on her own grave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Saying "see you later." Oh man, I'm in. This is the character. It took me 10 years to feel like Natty was like relevant again.
It's about time.
Give me I asked for this over a year, and he knows I was on the show with him. I said, "Why are we not getting this?" I said it to you, Eric.
Yeah, it's about time. Yeah, going back to Tiffany real quick. I think she's going to be in the Royal Rumble match, but I just think that it would not. You brought up her being so young. I think that's more of a reason to be patient and bring her back when the time is right. She's super young. I don't think it hurts her to miss out. Like, I don't think she's main eventing WrestleMania. She's not going to be in a title picture. At least I wouldn't think, but I don't think her taking more time off would hurt her as much as you think. Cause like you said, she's so young, and I don't think people are going to forget about her either.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so my concern with that again would be, she's extremely young. I don't know that a young girl wants to give up 8 months of her professional career and sit on the sidelines when she's at her physical peak right now in terms of, her abilities in the ring. And secondly, as over as she is, this is a very, very fickle society that we're in now, to where if you hold her out for 8 months and she comes back and it flops, she might be done. She might never be welcome back in terms of the fan base. So I don't want to hold her out for too. She's been gone since SummerSlam. Am I correct?
I don't think it's been that long.
Who, Natty?
No, we're talking about Tiffany.
Oh, Tiffany. We went back to Tiffany. Sorry. Yeah, about SummerSlam.
She lost the title on a SmackDown, right? Like right after SummerSlam.
We're right around SummerSlam, yeah.
So that's August. I mean, we're talking September, October, November. We're talking 5 months she's been out already. That's a long time for somebody who's, 24, 25?
Her last match was November 1st.
November 1st? What did she do that?
That was on Saturday Night's Main Event.
Is that when she dropped the title?
Yes.
Okay.
So it actually
maybe
hasn't
not
been that long. It
So,
just feels like it's been. It definitely feels like it's been a while.
But I feel like that's a plus, because you didn't want it to feel like they rush her back. I think it's good that I actually can't tell how long she's been gone. And B, there are other women who are going to start to emerge, and that is going to push her out. And I don't think WWE sees her the way that the internet wrestling community does. I think they continue to see dollar signs in her.
They love her.
I don't feel like they feel like they need to keep her out for 8 months and repackage her that way. They might repackage her, but I don't think they think she needs to be out for 6 months. No. I just don't say it.
I think it's way too long at this point.
There's too many dollars. You think she's been out for too long?
I think she's been out for too long.
Oh, I disagree. I think this is the right time. About 3 months, 2 to 3 months. I think it's plenty of time.
Because if you brought her right back, she's going to fight Jade. It's basically what it's been on SmackDown has been Jade, Michin, B-Fab, and now all of a sudden you're seeing Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace probably doesn't get called up if Tiffany's still there.
Yeah.
I disagree. But that's for another day. That's
what's going on, Dynasty. Thank you for joining us, my friend. I don't know if you got a chance. I know you were working Saturday. If not, we did do our 1992 watch along, buddy. You should go check it out on the Lazy Booking Podcast TV. YouTube.
Repo Man.
Haku. So good. So good. I am going to go back and watch 01. I
watched 94 last night.
Did you? 94 was the first Shawn White. No, that was 95.
94 was the Brett
Luger and Brett. Oh.
I'll tell you what, you got if you watch any of that, you got to watch the last 5 minutes. The final four Really well done. Just amazing.
I hate a co-winner, and everybody has said it, a co-winner is nonsense. And
I don't disagree.
I hate the fact. Oh, here we go.
Look at where we.
Hey, my guy.
The more impressive.
It.
Yeah, the more impressive spot was the spot before they were the final two. The final four spot was awesome, where they simultaneously eliminate the two competitors out of the ring at the same time. I thought that was really, really impressive too.
Yeah, listen, and then we'll move on. I thought, as impressive as it is a physical feat for them to do an intentional spot where they both land on their feet at the same time, and literally they landed at the ground at the same time.
Yep.
That's crazy. I still hated it. The idea of a co-winner. This is where liberties come in. Then Batista and John Cena have it happen, and we're restarting matches.
Well, see, the difference with that was one was planned and one wasn't.
There we go. You enjoyed your Vince intro voice for all the superstars on the live.
I'll tell you what. That night, my throat was killing me, and I thought I was getting sick. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did those Vince things earlier. That might be why."
If anybody missed it, we did the 92 watch party on Saturday. So if you want to watch a past Royal Rumble and watch with us, hear our reactions to it as it's watched, go to the Lazy Booking Podcast TV YouTube page, and we have a watch along folder, I believe. If not, I'm going to create it, where we're going to put all of our watch alongs that we're going to do as we go along. You'll see lots of different folders with organizations of things, live reactions, different stuff. So anyway, you can check it out. It was a good time. It was fun. Eric did an awesome opening. We couldn't use the music. That was disappointing. We didn't get hit with copyright and have our video pulled. But he did do the Vince voice perfectly for all of the intros, much like Vince used to do back in the old pay-per-views. So far, Dynasty, we've talked about the men's match. We gave our predictions. We'll have to have you run that back. We just gave our women's winners. So just to recap, I have Liv Morgan as who I think should win and who I think will win. I also threw Chelsea Green in as a 1A for who should win, and damn it, WWE, make it happen and shock us. Eric, you had
Bianca
as will win.
Yeah, and should wins Liv.
And should win Liv. And then Andy had...
I had Jordan Grace and Lash Legend.
Jordan Grace, who should, Lash Legend, who will, who you also think as a possible should as well, because it makes sense. Yeah. Totally with you on that. There it is. And Dynasty agrees with you on Bianca. So let's get into our surprises. Just give me one or two, maybe if you're not familiar with the talent. So, in terms of the knockouts and stuff like that, Eric, we'll start with you. Give me two NXT. I want two NXT, at least one TNA, and at least one surprise.
Let's go JC Jane and Izzy Dame.
Okay. I think JC's almost a guarantee.
Yeah. Wouldn't shock me if the Iconics made an appearance.
Love that.
Since they are not with the company anymore. They're not with TNA anymore. I guess that's really it.
Okay. Andy?
For NXT, I think you put Izzy up there. Izzy or Tatum or both. Right? Let that story kind of build through there as well. I think for TNA, and again, just because we've seen it in the past, what was her name? What's her name? Xia Li. What's her new name?
I know what it is.
Lei Ying Li.
Yeah, her. Just because she's champion as of right now, right? I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as a surprise, I don't know, Britt Baker, if she's not signed with AEW anymore. She hasn't been around a whole lot. And I think she would have a good little run in WWE.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I've got a surprise. I didn't give a surprise.
Yeah.
Brie Bella.
It's a good one. Yeah,
That would be
yeah,
good.
yeah.
If Nikki is there, that would be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let me see. For me, for TNA, I'm gonna go Indy Hartwell, who I think they've done a really good job at really giving a little bit of a push as of late. And I want to throw another name in just to be different here. Sonya Deville, Daria has
I
been.
thought
with
she's only
TNA.
back in a managerial role.
Is that it?
I think she's only back in a non-compete role.
Is that like on-screen non-compete then?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Because you stole my Mei Ying Lee one.
Sorry,
No, you're not.
I'm really not.
I know. Let's go real different. Let's get Rosemary in there.
Okay.
I think that's somebody that deserves a spot. Have her come in and do something with like an Alexa Bliss.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be
Yeah.
really cool.
I think you could kind of do that, and maybe she channels like the old, kind of Wyatt side of Alexa Bliss. I like that as an opportunity. God, the women, I think you guys kind of nailed it. Izzy Dame, I think, will be one of them. And probably JC Jane. That would be the two I think are the most likely to show up.
You think maybe Blake Monroe, possibly?
It's another one.
Maybe.
I do think there's more slots for the women.
They have 17 out of 30 announced.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably throw in like a Trish or a Legend. They haven't had to do that in the last few.
No, usually you get
which is a
Trish
credit
or-
to them.
Yeah,
you get Trish or
Lita,
or Molly Holly or
which I'm fine with them because they could still go.
yeah, of course.
They get in
Nikki
there and still go.
James.
So that was going to be my surprise, Eric. I mean, let me get to my part for Mickey James is mine. I mean, Jesus, nobody could get their things out in. No, I'm kidding. That is the one I was going to say. I think Mickey James could definitely be one that we see. I know we've seen it before, but it's just a different point in her career now. I think I would like to see her work with some of this NXT talent that's in there.
And it's an easy get.
I think she's an easy get. Yeah, I mean, unless it depends on where she's at.
Yeah, but I think just because of all this, and I think it's just an easy get logistically.
Sure. Yeah, that would be. I just there's nobody out there on the independent scene that I'm aware of that really moves the needle for me in terms of the ladies and their contracts being up. Unless there's Lana is somebody I thought of earlier. Now that she's kind of reconciled with Rusev,
She just did an interview.
Yeah.
Talking about how she is returning to wrestling. She's going back to an independent company right now. I don't remember the name of them, but she's going to be managing over there.
Okay. I can still see her coming in for a one-off. You know what I mean?
There's another one that I wouldn't be surprised if she could still go. Would be Gail Kim.
I'd love to see that. I don't know what the relationship is. It was contentious while Vince McMahon was there. Have those feelings been smooth though? I would hope, because honestly, she would probably have been the first name I would have said. I think that it would be a really good bookend or like a cherry on top of everything if she was able to come back and have that moment, have a positive finish.
I can't believe nobody else has said this name, and it just popped in my mind. What about Paige?
Oh, you know what? Didn't
I totally forgot about Paige.
How about I'm sitting here. Did I say it to you a couple weeks ago, Eric? I was like, Paige, didn't I mention that?
Maybe. I don't, but I can't believe none of us, I totally forgot.
Completely slipped my mind about Paige. I'm thinking of all these women who are basically free agents at this point. Didn't even think about her. Yeah, I actually, Maybe I'll lock in on that one. I think that's one I'm really going to look for.
I'm sure we'll get AJ Lee in there. I'm sure she'll be in the match too. That's probably one that they haven't declared.
Dynasty, I bought up. I bought up Cross as the surprise for the men. First time in 5 years she didn't go Tessa. I know. Every year I go Tessa Blanchard. If it
Watch
ain't
this
happened,
be the year. Watch this be the year.
I know. If it hasn't happened now, it ain't ever happening. You know what? Dynasty, I'm going to keep it consistent. I'm not going to, since I kind of said it, I'm going to go Tessa Blanchard. Let's throw her out there.
You know what's going to be really interesting too is
yes on
Eve.
Eve.
Those are good ones too.
Eve Torres, yes. Caitlyn, I wasn't a fan when she was even really with WWE.
Do you guys know the Caitlyn story that I had recently?
I don't think so.
So I'm at the piano bar here in Houston. You know, she lives here in Houston.
Mhm.
And I'm staring at this girl. She's at the front. And I'm going, man, she looks really familiar. I can't put my finger on. She gets up on stage with all her friends and everything like that. Have I told you this?
You told me this, but
Okay.
Continue. It's a good story.
She gets up on stage. I'm like, man, this chick looks really familiar. She goes towards the back, walks past me. I go, oh my God, I'm pretty sure this is Caitlyn. So I get on Instagram. Lo and behold, it is her. By the time I look back up, her and her friends are gone. But I got confirmation 2 ways. One, the door guy comes up and he goes, dude, because he knows wrestling too. He goes, that was, Caitlyn, whatever. I was like, yeah, I know. What the hell? She then posted video the next day on her Instagram. And so we chatted a little bit back and forth on IG about the night. It was a really cool night.
It's awesome.
Very, very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on right now. A lot of more women out there in terms of names that could show up than I thought.
Going to be interesting to see them all in full garb.
Go Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Ranger gear.
Don't you ever stop.
Oh, that was beautiful, Andy.
Thanks.
Let's move on to our WWE Undisputed Championship match. Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Sami Zayn wins the Fatal 4-Way over Trick Williams, Randy Orton, and Damian Priest to move on for the opportunity to, again, challenge Drew McIntyre and, again, probably lose. I'd like to get your guys' thoughts on this because I hate this spot for Sami Zayn. Are we exchanging Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn for each other now that Drew got over the hump? Is Sami becoming the new Drew McIntyre where he's just going to get massive match after massive match? Like, I would have rather him won the Chamber. And challenge Drew at WrestleMania as opposed to this. And maybe we're shocked. Maybe Drew's a transitional champion. I don't see it. I think he loses it maybe at Mania, but not this early. I want to get your guys' thoughts.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say it because I can't just keep saying no. I think he wins here. You can't. We've had this conversation, back when it was main event Jey Uso, and how Jey would be in these main event positions, these main event spots, and he would lose, and he would lose, and he would lose, and he would lose, and it really killed the momentum of that. Now it's the same concept with Sami. Here it is, another Royal Rumble, and here's Sami at the top, right, in a main event picture. Because wasn't his match with Roman at the Royal Rumble?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So you got to pull the trigger here. You pull the trigger, and again, it's all about match placement too, right? Right. You pull the trigger. Maybe Cody and Jacob cost or Jacob cost the match. That's how you can get to a triple threat because I think it's inevitable, right? But then the title, it muddies all the waters. But screw it, I'm here for it. Just because I'm gonna say you got to pull the trigger on Sami here. You have to.
I don't disagree with you, but how many times did we say the same thing about Drew? That's my only worry about it. And the one time we didn't say it is the one time they finally did.
Yeah.
I think if they were going to do this, they should have put the title on Sami when he was hotter 3 years ago. I think they waited too long, and he's been retread. And I give Sami credit for staying relevant, and I think he did a really nice job starting to catapult the U.S. title with those open challenges. And I'm glad he's getting an opportunity to get a title match at the Royal Rumble. But I always think Royal Rumble matches with the champion they always seem to be throwaway matches where the champion usually retains. So it's like, do they pull the trigger? I just don't see it.
Back up. Back the hell up. Put that back.
Yeah, Dynasty is suggesting, do you wait until next year until it's in Saudi?
It's in Saudi now!
It's literally in Saudi, so I don't...
Damn it!
But it's WrestleMania!
Yeah, I think that's the point he's making, yeah.
I know. I have to give him a hard time. He doesn't
Of
normally
course.
say things like that, dumb things like that. So when I get the opportunity, I'm going for it.
Yeah, I think
I love Dynasty.
the irony of it is, like, Sami was one of the people who refused to go to Saudi Arabia. So, of course, they would put the title on him at the place that he refused to go to for like a year and a half.
Speaking of refusing to go to Saudi, kind of find it interesting that Punk's on the poster for Royal Rumble, but he doesn't have a match.
You can't. I don't think you have to put Punk on the poster. He's a damn champion, right? And I don't think this is a conversation of Punk not wanting to go to Saudi. I think it's just a matter of they don't need him out there. He may go out. Let me phrase that. He may be there to do promo work. They may have him walk down after somebody wins, right? But you don't need him on the card here.
I think at the end of the day, too, that title has been featured so much. There's only so many. Rumble is almost always a 4-match card, but since they added the women's Royal Rumble match.
Yep.
And I think the wrinkle in everything is the AJ Styles potential retirement.
Sure, but why end Raw last night with how you ended it? If you're not, if that's your go home show for Royal Rumble, why are you featuring Punk, the world champ, which you should, but then Finn Balor and this whole thing of I can't get into the Royal Rumble when there's clearly 15 entries available. It's just weird how that whole and I'm fine with the 4-match thing. And if you're not going to have a title match, you have the title match on Raw. I get it, but it's just kind of muddies the waters a little bit where you had your go home show and you didn't feature anybody that's really going to be there.
Well, I think Finn's going to be there. I'm not.
I think Finn's in the match.
I'm not excluding that Finn ends up being a Final Four in this match. Actually, I think at some point, whether it's someone gets attacked from the back, we've seen that done a bunch of times. He ends up getting a spot some way, whether it's R-Truth. We've seen Truth be taken out a number of times. I think that we're looking at Finn actually being highlighted very, very big in this match. And AJ Styles was a part of it. So you did have somebody featured on the pay-per-view.
I just didn't like.
And listen, Eric, at the end of the day, I know what you're saying. AJ Styles versus CM Punk main events that show. I don't give a shit if it's your go-home show or not, if that's what AJ Styles wants. And I think he wanted that match with Punk. I think he wanted that opportunity. So I think that's what the deal is. And I think Finn and AJ's featured match, that is their promotion going forward.
I would think it's kind of cheesy that Balor is being told he can't be in the Royal Rumble and then like
of course I do. But it's the idea, well, we have them announced and then they'll tell you, well, there's surprise people that haven't been announced, and that's what we do.
Truth will probably
all the spots are spoken for.
Truth will probably be in some other city thinking he's in Saudi, and then Balor will be in there.
Yeah, it'll be like that or Tozawa. Yeah, it'll probably be something. That's actually not a bad idea.
I thought it was going to be in Sacramento. I'm in Saudi Arabia.
I'm in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be SA, so like San Angelo or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's really good. We'll see. We got that. And Drew just won the title. You can't put it on him, especially with some finish with a Cody and 5-2. Got Rob Povia from Flyers Talk A2D checking in with us. What's up, Pove? Make sure you check them guys out tonight. Bringing you hockey talk, Flyers talk. So just to clarify, I do not think Sami Zayn is winning. Eric does not. Andy believes.
I wants it, gives it to me.
Okay. So we got Eric, me and Eric are on the same page for this.
I'll eat a lot of crow come Saturday for a lot of things I've said tonight, but damn it, I'll be happy.
Yeah, it's all
right.
right. There's no crow to eat on that. No crow to eat on that. All right. Preview. This is the match. I think that in terms of putting a show together, as exciting as the Rumble is, this is the most talked about thing in terms of WWE right now, and it's the AJ Styles potential of his WWE career ending. I'm not saying wrestling career because I feel like they're getting more and more specific with using WWE in that one. Michael Cole said that.
In-ring career.
With WWE. Michael Cole specified that verbiage, including the with WWE. He said his WWE in-ring career. So I'm not closing the door. We talked about it last week that an AEW or a TNA run could happen.
There it is, right there. He loses to Gunther, and he does a year in TNA. He finishes his contract out doing TNA shows, doing TNA matches with guys he used to work with. I don't think he goes to AEW because he's still under contract. I think he finishes his contract out inside that TNA ring in front of the TNA fans like he started his career.
Yeah, but his contract's up in February. He's a total free agent.
I thought it was longer than that.
No, it's like a week or two after Rumble. It might even be February 1st. I'm not even sure. Yeah, he's a total free agent. So to me, I mean, listen, we talked about it last week. We can rehash it real quick if you want. There's a lot of I don't personally feel like I want to see that, but would it be cool to see him work with a Will Ospreay or a Kenny Omega on that kind of a state? Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think he's the one guy, although I feel like he's a WWE guy now. He's been there almost as long as he was with TNA. The other part of me says there's a lot of really cool matches that could be out there that I wouldn't. Guess what? And one more match with Samoa Joe. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff that's out there. So I'm not closing the door on it. I think AJ's winning this match. I really do. I think that something in some way happens. AJ wins this match. And I think maybe we get a short-term contract extension through to WrestleMania. But I would not be surprised if AJ found a way to win this match.
Chrome, I agree with your logic only because you think Gunther's winning the Royal Rumble. Because I think that's the only way AJ wins this match.
Mm-hmm.
To not destroy this career killer push that Gunther has. Because you had him beat John Cena in his final match, and you've pushed that, and he's got so much heat. So the only way for it to make sense for Gunther to lose this match would be if he won the Royal Rumble. I agree with that. Because I don't think Gunther's winning the Royal Rumble. That's why I think AJ's losing this match.
Fair.
I don't know. I like it would make me have to watch AEW, and it really makes me mad. But I would like to see him go to AEW. God, I hate that sentence so much.
I can't believe you said that. Wow.
I can't.
AJ Styles is all elite.
You shut up. Don't make this any worse than it has to be. Only solely for the fact
Tony Khan.
Only solely for the fact that his entire career, like the guys he went up against in those early days, that's where they are. Right? Plus a lot of talent that he hasn't even stepped into the ring with is over there.
MJF. My God. AJ and MJF.
Yeah. So it would absolutely be something to see, and AEW's got enough programming where you could get away with it. doing multiples of these. If I had to pick an AJ Styles final match, true final end of the career, it's got to be Samoa Joe or Christopher Daniels. It has to. Right? I don't know if Daniels brushes off the boots, right? But like when I think AJ Styles, those are the two guys that are synonymous to his career for me.
If I was to go AEW final, oh my god, so many names. Him and Swerve, him and Hangman.
Ew.
But it's different.
You don't like Hangman?
I'm not a Hangman guy.
Oh, you're out of your damn mind.
I
even met the guy. I even met the guy at Comic Palooza. Me and Butters. I met him. I walked away. I was like, that dude was just boring.
Did you tell him that you don't like him?
No, because I was like, let me keep it open minded.
I don't like you and your cowboy shit. I don't like
Logan Paul hits a better buckshot lariat than Hangman Adam Page.
Oh, you're out of your mind. Listen. Listen. I would love to see him work with, even take him out, a Swerve Strickland. Honestly, if I was to give a final match and literally have my pick of the litter, I'm going Will Ospreay. I think Ospreay, I think pound for pound in ring, and everybody knows it's a big deal for me. I think Will Ospreay is the best professional wrestler in the world. I don't even think it's close. Better than Omega, better than Maul.
So going to your point about seeing all those matches, I think the big $1 million question is AJ's body going to be able to take on those matches? Correct. Yep. And we've kind of seen, and Chrome, you alluded to it last week, where we don't know. We've seen him, the matches have been good, but his moveset has not been as crisp as it was a few years back or even as recent as a year ago. And
you have a couple slips.
It's age. It's age. It's we're all human. So I think the big question is AJ up for those matches physically? Whoa.
I always say I'm an immortal. So when you said I said I'm an immortal.
Which is a great AJ reference.
Oh yeah. That's right. I am phenomenal.
But is he part of Immortal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'm not crazy.
But the question is his body up for that? And does he want to put his body through more of that? I mean, mentally he's probably like, yeah, let's go. But maybe his body's telling him otherwise. And that's why he's deciding to hang it up now. We don't know that.
Listen, look what happened with Adam Cole. Look what happened with Bryan Danielson. I think the style in that company, and again, unlike Andy, I don't knock it. The in-ring quality is pretty tremendous when you're at top level. And AJ would go against the top level. So I'm not worried about that. But it's a harder, it is a more aggressive, it is a physical style. It is a elevated independent style, which is not what WWE is. Which is why you see a Penta who he still has his moments, but it's not as kind of reckless, and which I'm okay with, because I still get my feeling for Penta how I did before, but it's not over the top. It's not a high spot fest. He's got he might be facing if he goes to AEW. And Eric, to your point, that might be the wrinkle and everything that stops him from going there. And maybe working a lighter schedule for TNA till Bound for Glory, which I think Dynasty obviously said there. And he says, I don't know the way they played it off and really didn't touch. I think AJ and Leon Slater have a feud coming.
Yeah.
Frankie Kazarian.
I'm sure AMC's like, please come to TNA. Please come. After the first two episodes have not gone the way they've wanted. No.
I have them on my DVR. I haven't watched them yet. So is the presentation any different, or is it the exact same?
So I think that's where the difference is, or it hasn't really changed a whole lot. And I think that last episode, or the first episode, they cut out that final match. I think there was a lot of, I think, production issues.
Okay.
And hopefully they can kind of get those wrinkles out. But I think they would love to have AJ Styles just to get some eyeballs on the product.
Yeah. So again, I have AJ winning. Eric, you have AJ
losing,
and Andy, you have him. You kind of haven't really given us. You've been kind of back and forth.
No, I am back and forth on it because there's that bias. I can't take the biasness out of it, right? Like this is again something we talked about with John Cena, where this is somebody I watched I watched his entire career. So there's a part of me that's like, I'm getting old. I don't want it to end. Screw that. Then there's the other side of me where it really fits the Gunther storyline. If Gunther's not winning the Royal Rumble, which I don't have him winning the Rumble, ending AJ's WWE career fits, and you just keep stacking bodies and stacking careers behind Gunther. Let him roll through and clean up the roster, for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah, it's a great. That's not for lack of a better phrase. It's a great phrase.
Kenny Omega, who?
The cleaner.
But my heart wants AJ to win because I'm not ready to say goodbye to that style. All right, boys to men.
Say goodbye.
But my mind says that Gunther's got to win here.
Okay. I'll ride that pony on my own. Well, guys, listen, it was a good show. Good talk.
Say that?
Huh?
Nothing. Keep going.
It was a good show. Good talk. Any final thoughts before we check out here? And again, for everybody out there, go back, check out whatever you missed early in the show, Dynasty. We talked about the men's the first 30 to 35 minutes. And then obviously we want you to go and check out some of the other stuff that we have on our Lazy Booking Podcast TV social medias. We're going to be dropping an anecdotes this evening. Some ramble stuff for Eric.
Case in point. Just everybody listen up for a minute. It is Royal Rumble this Saturday. And we all know what that means. We said at the top of the show, we've said it all night long. The road to WrestleMania begins this weekend. 11 weeks of what should be some of the best programming, some of the best storylines, building to what we all enjoy. Why we do this each and every single week. WrestleMania, Las Vegas, April 18th, April 19th. If you are not excited right now, if that swell doesn't build in you as you reach to Saturday, you need to go home and rethink your entire life, because this is the time for wrestling fans. This is the time where greatness happens. This is the time where superstars become legends and legends become immortal. This is not a time to sleep on professional wrestling. And this is not a time to sleep on lazy booking.
Hey, love that. Love that.
Don
throwing me off real quick. He changed from a Lions logo to the Detroit Pistons.
What the hell?
What's up, Don? Go ahead, Eric.
How am I going to top that? Jeez.
You don't. That's why I'm
I think the ultimate thing about the Royal Rumble, like every single year, is that we know where they're going to go heading into WrestleMania after this show. This is the straw that serves the drink. So buckle up, get ready. 2:00 on Saturday, and we're all going to know what happens when it's all said and done. We're all going to know the direction they're going when it's all said and done. Enjoy, everybody, and let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah. There you go, Don giving you some love over here, Andy. Well, no, the best promo ever is Ken Shamrock. Let's be honest.
Best promo by our on-screen talent, not somebody who did it professionally for years.
Yeah. I mean, it's me. Dynasty. Okay, so we are. I don't believe that we are going live on Saturday. Unfortunately,
I can't do it, boys.
Can't make it happen this time. But we are discussing a very, very strong possibility that at some point on Sunday evening or Saturday evening, myself and Eric may do a post show.
Do it.
Not gonna be anything long, like a 20-minute to 30-minute post show, because we're gonna do a full recap next Tuesday. So we're not gonna like deep dive into anything or predict where we're going. We might a little bit, but we're not gonna like go all in on this. Where are we going with WrestleMania now? But we are gonna recap what we see. We're gonna talk about the surprises, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the results of Royal Rumble. So check out our socials. We'll give you guys an idea. Well, we're not going to give an exact time.
So the context behind that is one of the very first women's Royal Rumbles. We were live, and this very ring was live for it. And probably 70% of the chat, I couldn't read out loud.
Oh, I'm sure. I
It
believe
was
that.
a problem, but we kept just dying laughing through the whole thing because the chat was just so outrageous.
I believe it. I believe it.
He was a ringleader of that problem.
Yeah, I believe it. And that makes sense. That sounds about right for Don Don. I know Don Don's gig. We know what happens with him. But yeah, no. So we're going to try to do a post show. I might not be like immediately because I kind of want to see WWE's post show and react when we do ours.
Good idea.
I want to, I don't want to run against WWE's own post show because that's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I want to hear what Triple H has to say and the town has to say after. So
we do what we do, and that's what we do. We do.
So we're gonna do that. So stay tuned.
That's what we do, Andy. That's what we do.
Check out our socials, Facebook.
We put ourselves on 2K26.
Shut up!
I mean, Russo could not have been spot on. Andy, a minute. If there's anything that he hit on the head, and it has not been more evident.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is. It's one of those things I 100% had blinders on until he like punched me in the face with it during those 2 weeks, and then I was like, "Damn, he's right."
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's so funny. But yeah, if guys follow us, follow A2D Radio. A2D has our Instagram. Obviously, you can type out our full names on these social platforms too, and you can find us, as well as go check out our additional YouTube channel, which we do additional shows, such as we did on Saturday with our live watch party, as well as a lot, not this time, but typically at least once a month, Andy will do a live reaction show for us.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be doing some other additional content. I might be talking to somebody about doing a show for me for AEW because I want to cover it, but I don't watch it enough. So anyway.
I'm trying to talk to the boys. We're trying to figure some things out.
Lots to talk about. So anyway, this is where you'll see your anecdotes. There's going to be a couple dropping over the next few days between now and Rumble. And always here on A2D Radio. We love being here on our Tuesday nights, as well as all the great shows. Flyers Talk A2D coming at you tonight. A2D Wednesday tomorrow night. Philly Sports Unfiltered. Agree to Disagree. Film Don't Lie. Eagles Talk A2D.
Final Whistle.
Final Whistle. After the Final Whistle?
I think it's just called the Final Whistle.
Final Whistle. I can't remember all this stuff.
I can't either.
I used to be really good at this till I hit my 40s, and now I can't remember nothing. But anyway, check it all out. Check us out. Check A2D out. And that's it for us. Enjoy Royal Rumble. And as Andy said, let's get ready to rock and roll on that road to WrestleMania. So for myself, for Andy, for our doctor, Dr. Paul Vidal at Specialized Physical Therapy, for Arch, Tom Arnone, everybody out there for all your beautiful comments. And join it here. Oh, here we go, Andy.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Good live reaction.
It was a good time.
Oh boy.
It was good.
Anyway, for all of us, what do we always say, Andy?
Until next time, tell somebody you love them. Peace, love, and joy. We out.
See ya.
See you guys later.